Intimacy is more than just sex. Are you gonna have another baby? Do you want more kids? To me, we're family planning and it's natural. So, it's Natalie. Welcome back to my channel for another video. Today I am doing a Q&A. It's been a while since I've done one of these and I'm a little under the weather. Got some female time of the month stuff going on and life has been pretty hectic, and I just thought it would be relaxing to sit down and answer some of your questions. So I went on Instagram today. Shameless plug for my Instagram. If you're not following me over there, you should, because number one, that's where I always ask for my Q&A questions. And number two, I've been upping my Instagram game as far as editing my photos and posting way more often than I used to. And I've been getting a lot of great feedback from you guys telling me that you're enjoying the new refreshed Instagram feed, and I always do Instagram stories over there. So definitely go follow me over there if you don't want to miss being able to ask questions for the next Q&A. But that's where I'm getting my questions from. I haven't even read any of these yet. I dropped my boys off to their first day of preschool and I had some extra time, and so I thought I would just share with you some answers to the questions that you guys have, and let's hop into it. Sam High 27 says, what do you like the most about the fall season, and what activities do you look forward to the most this fall with your sweet kiddos? Absolutely love your channel. My 1-year-old daughter Clara and I love to watch your family vlogs. Oh, that's so sweet. I love the name Clara. That is just one of my favorite names. What do I love most about the fall season? So it's hard to narrow it down. I think, and I've told you guys this before, the fall season is my absolute favorite, and that's for many reasons. I just think I love overall how cozy life gets. I am not a warm weather person. I'm not a sun person. I love stormy, rainy weather. I love it when it's dreary and drizzly outside. Maybe that's why my favorite color is gray. Maybe it's because I grew up in the Seattle area, and I know a lot of people from this area, they are always wanting to go somewhere that's sunny, and I just rarely ever feel that way. And I just love it when it kind of just gets darker, and it kind of forces us to either really enjoy the good weather that we get little spurts of, or just make the most of life indoors. And that means being cozy and cuddly and really focusing on family time, because when you're cooped up together, when it's like really bad weather outside, you have to make the best of it. And so I just really like the opportunity to have a lot of family time. I always look forward to going to the pumpkin patch with the kids and picking out pumpkins and just enjoying the many little moments throughout the fall as we anticipate the holiday season. It's just all so fun. And I love school. I love the start of the school season. I've always been that way. Let me know in the comments if you love school or if you don't love school. I would like to know, because I grew up as someone who just really looked forward to school time. I would say I love everything about the fall season, and the thing I look forward to the most is just extra family time. That's just the best part, and all of the little goodies and little experiences that go along with that family time. All right, Maddie3890 said, do you like Thanksgiving or Christmas better? This is turning into like a fall time or Christmas holiday Q&A. That's funny. Thanksgiving or Christmas? I used to really like Thanksgiving. Growing up, that's what I would always say was my favorite holiday. I like that Thanksgiving is the beginning of the Christmas season, at least it is in our family. Now that I have my own home and family and everything, I have chosen to use Thanksgiving as the day that I set up all of my Christmas decor, because it's a really slow day for us. We kind of wait around until it's time to go have turkey dinner and everything, and so it's like the perfect opportunity for me to do all of that work to set up my Christmas decor. So Thanksgiving, I would say I do enjoy more than Christmas, because Thanksgiving starts the season of anticipation, and I think for Thanksgiving there's no expectations, and so you're just there to spend time with family and to eat good food and to enjoy each other's company, and you're not stressing about gifts or, you know, giving or receiving or anything like that. As much fun as it is to give gifts, and I do enjoy it, there can be an element of stress that comes with it. So I would say Thanksgiving is still my favorite holiday, but man, there's just something about Christmas as a mom. Like, now that we have kids, it's so exciting to be able to give gifts to your kids and watch their reactions and see how cute they are in their Christmas jammies. So it's pretty even between the two, but I probably would lean more toward Thanksgiving. B. Graham X said, if you had a fourth baby, would you want a boy or a girl if you had the choice? Yeah, if I had the choice, I'd probably want a boy. Just because back when the boys were babies, I don't feel like I really had the ability or even the foresight or presence of mind to really enjoy the fact that I had little boys. It's only been now that I've had a girl that I can really enjoy the differences. And being a first-time mom with boys, I just kind of was rolling with the punches, but I feel like I've been able to connect so well with my little girl because she was not my first baby and I wasn't going through like first time mom stuff, and it was special to have a girl after having boys. I feel like I had another baby and it was a boy, I would get to have a special connection because it's not just another girl, if that makes sense. I hope how I'm saying that makes sense. Of course, this goes without saying, of course I would be happy if it was a girl, and I would be happy if it was a boy, of course. It just, I would be happy if it was a healthy baby. But if I could choose, I think I would choose a boy. And I know the name I would name him, but I'm not gonna say because we always keep our kids' names private and we don't even know if we're gonna have another baby. That's the question, of course, that I keep seeing here in these messages. The question that I've answered many times before, are you gonna have another baby? Do you want more kids? And we do want more kids, but we also don't want more kids. We feel like our family could be complete. We're just not at the place to really make any sort of permanent decisions or anything like that, if we would ever do something like that. So we're giving it a little while. We're gonna revisit that topic between Weston and I around the time Haley turns 2, maybe after that, maybe when she's 3. But we promised each other we wouldn't really talk about it or like start planning or making decisions or whatever until her 2nd birthday. So that's where we are with that, just to answer that question all over again. Mrs. Silly Soprano 90 says, will there be a point in your kids' homeschooling when they are at home 100% of the time, or will they always supplement with going to school a couple days a week? That's a great question, and something that I've actually answered in a Instagram Q&A that I did. This is actually the first year that they've ever done something outside of the home when it comes to schooling. The last 2 years, so last year and then the year before was like a segue into preschool for them. Last year was the first true we are doing preschool work. And last year it was all at home. So the answer to that question is yes, there will be years where we are 100% at home, just like we did last year. This year and next year, I do plan to have them in preschool and pre-K. The preschool that they're going to a couple days a week offers a kindergarten class for 5 and up, and they will be that age next year. I do believe they'll be at that ability. But our philosophy behind homeschooling is that it isn't all or nothing. Our thinking behind it, and this is something I've shared before, is that as homeschoolers, we are the ones in charge of making the decisions as far as curriculum and grade level and the ins and outs of their school year. And some of those decisions may include sending them to a class or sending them to a school sport or sending them to a full-time private school or taking classes at a public school. It just really depends on that individual year, the individual kid, what season we're in. So I think based on my own personal abilities, I will be able to teach my kids most of what they need to learn from here until they graduate high school. But stuff like Spanish, I took Spanish in high school. I didn't care too much about it. I wish I cared more. I really do. But I don't know enough to teach my children Spanish. So I will have someone teach them Spanish. And I know a lot of high school math, and I can teach a lot of high school math. In fact, it's what I did before I did YouTube. I was a teacher tutor, and I have taught classes, like little private classes for homeschool students to learn high school math, algebra, geometry, and there are some of the higher high school maths and getting into like pre-college stuff. I definitely, if my kids want to go that far in their math levels, which I will definitely encourage, then I'll need to bring a teacher along or send them to a class to be able to do that. But we're talking years down the road. So I definitely anticipate that there will be years in high school, especially, that they will need more than just me to teach them certain things, because for me, I'm not so attached to the idea that I'm their teacher for everything. That's not what homeschooling is to me. But there will be years where we will do every single subject here at home. Weston is very athletic and he played school sports and he was homeschooled. He had the same homeschool experience that I did as far as like the choices for classes and supplemental and, you know, home versus private versus public stuff. And he played on the varsity football team at our public high school and he did really well and it was a great experience for him. And so we're definitely open to that, especially if our kids are interested in athletics like Weston was. So, you know, time will tell. Year by year, we will make our decisions as we go, but I definitely think that there will be years where it's 100% at home. We've already had one of those years. Taylor Bryant 16 says, can you go into more detail about the rhythm birth control method? And I'm guessing by the fact that you said rhythm birth control method, you are referring to a sentence that I said in a baby update that I had. And then I actually followed up with a whole video about our version of what's loosely considered natural family planning. I'm going to link that video below for you guys because I do go into more detail about it, and it's not technically the rhythm method and it's not technically like the purest form of natural family planning. It falls more under the category of fertility awareness method, which is kind of under the umbrella of natural family planning. The purists for every method get really up in arms if you claim that you're doing something under that method, but you tweak it for yourself, which I think is so silly. To me, we're family planning and it's natural. So, form your own opinion about that, but I will link that video below if you want more answers to that question. That is the only demonetized video on my whole channel, the only video that they will not run ads on, because apparently talking about things that are really important to, you know, spread awareness about and talk about and share your experience about is considered inappropriate. JX Prevost, she sent a really sweet message. Thank you so much. And then her question in it says, my question is about your relationship with Weston after kids. Did you find that having children was hard on your relationship with respect to communication and intimacy? And if so, how did you overcome that? I actually think that having kids really strengthened our relationship, and it forced us to prioritize for communication. It forced us to prioritize for times of intimacy. And of course, intimacy is more than just sex, and so there's like emotional intimacy where you can open up and talk with each other. So having kids definitely affects a lot of things. I mean, it goes without saying that the first couple of months after having a baby are very affected, you know, physically and everything, and that it can be difficult to get back into a routine of intimacy because, you know, there may be complications or pain or, you know, whatever. Everyone's different with their experience with that. But sometimes that forces you to really not take the physical and emotional intimacy that you have with each other for granted. I think bringing kids into the picture really makes you appreciate your spouse and appreciate the time that you do get. Weston and I would have date night with each other before our kids, obviously, as we were dating and engaged and newly married, before kids ever came into the picture. But I never enjoyed date night more than after we had children, even though it was rushed sometimes, it was uncomfortable sometimes because I had to be away from the baby to have a date night. My milk would come in, I'd have to pump out the car. After we came back in from the restaurant, I'd literally sit there leaking at the table. I remember times like that, like after I had just had the baby. but we have had some of the best, most intimate conversations, best, happiest times where we're just sitting there just purely enjoying each other's company. And so definitely, if I could give you any piece of advice, it would be to not forsake date night with your spouse, because it can be some of the best times together. Kids make a change happen, but for us, it was a very positive change. And I think you need to be determined to have the change be positive in order for the positive change to happen, if that makes sense. So I'm getting a lot of questions about how the first day of preschool went, and suffice it to say, it was a positive experience and things seemed to go well. I'm getting questions about if I cried, if the boys cried, like how it all went, and I can tell you that someone cried during the whole, preschool drop-off situation, but I will leave the answer to that for the vlog that I am taking. Today I'm vlogging, and that video is gonna be up on our vlog channel, I think the day before this video goes up. No, that video is gonna be up next week on our vlog channel. Definitely go subscribe over there if you wanna see how the whole experience with their first day of preschool has been going. Someone did cry, and I will let you guess who, but I'll also let you guys go see that vlog next week. But I think that's all I have time for today. Thank you so much to everyone who sent in questions. I have so many of them. I'm sorry I didn't get to every single one, but I want to start doing these more often. If you enjoyed this video and you do want to see more Q&As here, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up to let me know. And don't forget to turn on your notifications. I don't think I said that at the beginning, but it is really important if you want to see the new videos that go up on my channel every week, and you will not want to miss next week's video. I'm so excited about my seasonal coffee favorite recipes. I'm so excited about that video, and I know a lot of you are too. And for those of you who are not coffee drinkers or coffee lovers like I am, I actually will have a bonus recipe in that video that is a non-coffee fall favorite drink. So make sure you check back next week for that video and turn your notifications on so you don't miss it. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Thank you for your questions, and I'll catch you later.